The Flash, number 35, Joshua Williamson and Michael Moretti writing with Popman on art. So this is the follow-up. We got Mina, who is now Negative Flash. We get a little bit of flashback with her, sort of like when she was saved by the black hole out of the Speed Force. Although I feel like it may not be them specifically that saved her. Later on we see who's behind Black Hole, who probably is the one who pulled her out. A certain god, perhaps, may have had something to do with it. But yeah, so we have them having to sort of run away from Mina. Like the Black Hole agents with the black energy guns, whatever they are like, you know, taking them down, and they have to run off and get away. So what I actually like about this issue though is everything that's kind of does after that. I like that Iris is still messed up and having nightmares about Reverse Flash. I think that's kind of a cool idea. I like the potential murder mystery we've got. Now, I was a little bit upset at first because I was like, oh no, they can't just kill Kristen. No, I like her. But they don't actually show that it's her that's dead at the end of the issue. They don't. You see an arm. You see there's been a murder. Wolf calls Barry. He's like, hey, there's been a murder at Iron Heights. But we don't see that it's her for sure. We see she gets knocked out. She gets hit in the back of the head.
Yeah. It's clearly implying that, but comic swerves lead me to believe that it might not be as it seems.
I think swerve. I think swerve. Although killing her would mean something. Like it'd feel like a proper character being killed.
I feel like she's had enough time that they've earned it by now, rather than just okay, here's this one.
Yeah. No, I concur with that sentiment. I think what this issue's done for me is it's kind of solidifying like how good as a run this is as a whole, where it's bringing all these different elements back in, and you know, like Barry and Wally having their moments, and he's about to come up to the house. He's like, no, Iris isn't ready yet. But, like it's really playing with the idea of everything that's going on continuously.
Yep.
I feel like later on when you read this as like, you know, just a bunch of trades back to back, it'll flow very well between all the different.
It's very Johnsy
stories.
in that way. That's how his Flash was.
Yeah.
You know, it read like a novel almost. So this Speed God, Raijin, right?
Yeah, Raijin. Yeah.
And there is a Japanese deity of lightning, and
it's funny. I actually stumbled upon that myself because I was like, I was going to check and see if this is like something that's been in DC before because I didn't know about him. Yeah. So I just had a quick Google. I was like, okay, Raijin DC, and I just put in Raijin God, and it came up with the actual God, and I'm like, oh right, it was an actual God. Okay, right.
And you know, there's ties to Thor from Norse mythology, not Marvel. Thor. Yeah. And then there's an Indian one too named Indira. That's like the god of thunder and lightning as well.
It's funny. I'd actually say that his name sounds more Indian to me. Raijin. It sounds like an Indian name.
Yeah, but you know, like Raiden from Mortal Kombat. You know, there's, but yeah. So it felt familiar. And Jared, one of my good buds, pointed out he looks a lot like the Flash TV show's version of Savitar.
He does kind of actually.
Can't be an accident, right? Like, so you think we're gonna kind of touch on this? Like, I would like there to be like these not gods of the Speed Force, but gods of lightning, kind of like there's so many to work with.
Yeah, that's what he says.
I think you're talking about like you got like these actual like mythological gods, you know, like this one and Thor, and I love all that sort of actual mythology. I love when they kind of pull from because I mean it's this I think it was popularized by Morrison, the idea that comics are the American mythology. They that's what they become. They are the god figures for this age, and I like when they pull from the older ones and kind of incorporate that into these new stories, because that's a very typical thing where you'd have like a pagan story that would get co-opted by a Christian, and you'd get that version of it.
Yeah.
I was expecting a butt there at the end, but I don't like this. I was expecting that.
No, I'm all for it.
Oh, cool.
Because I like when you can play that with the Flash, like the whole I mean, the bright spot of the New 52 was always the Flash for me when it was Buccellato and Manipul.
Oh yeah, I got that omnibus. It's so good.
Oh, it's so great, but just beyond the art, you know what I mean? Because we all know that Manipul.
Yeah.
But like the whole idea that the Flash is kind of like the Speed Force itself is this deity to the gorillas, you know, and like that's how it goes into Grodd.
Yeah,
you know, it's like this.
We even played with that in a more literal way in the New 52 Earth 2 book, where I think it was it Hermes or whichever version of that god was that gave him the speed powers.
It was Mercury.
Mercury. I can remember which version it was, but same god basically.
Yeah. I want to mention the art. I think the art is typically pretty good. I like Popman. But my favourite scene actually is the scene with Kristen at night in Iron Heights, and it's like all shadows and dark, and she's got the little flashlight, and she's kind of sneaking around at night. I actually really like that scene. I think that scene works
it's
really
got some
well.
atmosphere. My only real criticism with the art is, when Barry's chasing Mina, it felt like it didn't really have any momentum to it. It felt very just kind of standard to me. And I was reading that page, I was like, I missed Gio Domenico. Those chase sequences were just phenomenal for me.
Yeah, he's gonna be the chase sequences. That said, I do kind of like some of the when Barry gets called by Wolf towards the end. Like I like some of his running scenes there. But,
yeah, I like it when he's doing something as well. Like the double page spread where he's teaming up with Wally, taking out all the things with the guns.
Yeah,
I like when he's doing something, but just the straight running after someone kind of looks a bit boring to me.
Yeah,
okay,
bit flat.
That's fair. But no, I like this. I like Murder Mystery Iron Heights. It's a nice little idea. I thought this was a solid Flash issue. Maybe not a standout one that you scream to the heavens about, but I like everything that it's doing, and I like the character beats. Iris being haunted by a Reverse Flash, sort of like I feel like at the time that Reverse Flash thing seemed maybe a bit rushed, but I think in retrospect they're building a bit more weight to it because it's affected her so much.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like when Barry snapped his neck in old continuity, and we had the trial of Barry Allen and how it weighed on him and it kind of forced him to be better. I feel with Iris it's kind of doing the same.